Yeah, yeah.
We done already jumped all into this.
Sorry.
We want to know about you. Like, you know, where you from? You know, your
Most
athletic background.
Yep.
You know, let us know something about you.
Most definitely. So I apologize for diving straight into what's been on my heart.
Right.
But no. So I'm originally from Brooklyn, New York. You know, I'm a Brooklyn kid. I'm a military kid, and we traveled around from place to place. My dad was in the Air Force. We went from New York, came to Tennessee, then we went to California, Travis Air Force Base, and then we moved to Italy. And Italy was such an important portion of who I am and what I grew into, because that's actually where I grew up. I got there at 11 years old, and I left when I was 16.
In Italy?
In Italy.
Hey man, what that spaghetti like?
Man, the spaghetti is amazing, because it starts at the beginning of the day. It ain't just a can of sauce and you throw on there. We had a lady named Miss Rosa.
They serious about it?
Yeah. Miss Rosa started cooking dinner at like 8:00, and then and it's like 5 courses. Like you got your all kinds of you got everything in there, your coffee and your gelato and all that other good stuff. It was good stuff, man.
All right,
but Italy was where I developed I guess my sports acumen, where my dad was my coach, and I played hockey at one point in time, soccer. I played basketball, football, ran track.
You wasn't the black kid playing hockey.
I was the one looking for the fight.
For real.
Skating over here, mess up your whole left side. So yeah, that's where my sports acumen came in, and then we moved to Oklahoma. And Enid, Oklahoma was tough, because that's where I started to figure out who I was. There was a lot of guys that had grown up together, had known each other, were related and everything.
What grade you went in Oklahoma?
So I started my junior year there, my junior and senior year.
Okay.
In Oklahoma. That's where I graduated from. And so the group that I was coming into, I was trying so hard to fit in, while my brother Mark, he never really had a problem fitting in, because he was always down for whatever. He didn't really care. He was more to himself. But I wanted people to like me. I wanted to be accepted. So I was trying to be in every single group.
Let's rewind a little bit.
Yeah, go ahead.
What was like this your 11th grade year?
Mm-hmm.
What was like your first school sport, or your first love? Which one was it? Because you played a few of them. So
yeah. So it kind of goes backwards. The sport that I was best at was baseball, and then football was always in the middle. I was good at it and I liked it. And basketball was the sport that I really had to work the hardest at. I had to work extremely hard at basketball, but it wasn't really my favorite sport. You know what I mean? I was a Magic Johnson fan back in the day. So when in Italy, we used to play, who are you or whatever, so much that we used to put airbrush, when we would play pickup, we would do the airbrush t-shirts. Yeah. And so I would always get Magic. My older brother Heiser, he's not my blood brother, but he was so much like a big brother to me. Heiser Johnson passed away. Rest in peace to Heis. He was always Michael Jordan. Like you couldn't be Michael Jordan. Like I showed up with a Michael Jordan jersey that I had got from the States, and he was just like, man, you better take that off. There's only one MJ around here. So he was Jordan, and we I liked the NBA, but not like I liked.
So when did you start spitting? When did that come? When did that come into the picture? The MC come out of you?
Yeah, and so along with all of that, the music acumen started in Italy as well. So when we lived in California, of course, my brother and I, we would always pretend like we put on Prince songs, Michael Jackson songs, Jackson 5, New Edition songs. And we would pretend like, we was New Edition, but there's only 2 of us. So then when we hit Italy, and there was other kids our age that really liked New Edition, we used to literally set up in the youth center, in the back of the youth center, because they had mirrors. And we used to practice New Edition choreography and steps. And we used to have a little VHS with the, I promise you, we had the VHS with the videos. And so we copy the videos and do little shows for girls and stuff. And then I will never forget, one of my friends had moved in from, or he was on his way to move to Compton, California. and my man Richard Baker, and he's like, listen, there's this group out of Compton in near Los Angeles. And I was like, I ain't never heard of Compton. And he was like, man, it's this group called NWA. They got this guy named Eazy-E, and I got this record. So he played the Eazy-E record, and I was just kind of like, I can do that. I promise you, I was like, I could do that. I could rhyme like that. But I was always a New York head. Jungle Brothers, Eric B. and Rakim. Rakim was my absolute favorite. But it wasn't until I heard Eazy-E, NWA that I said, okay, I actually want to start rapping, and I want to do this. Like, to the point to where I want to put together an album. And so, you know, I got to Italy. I had some people that was singing. They was really good at singing. And I was like, I got to be like the rap aspect of it. And so then I did the first joint that I did that nobody ever heard. I polished it when I got to Tech. The 45 King, you know, the Ed Lover dance. That beat.
Yeah.
That was the first thing that I ever wrote to and started spitting it. And I'm telling you, my senior year of high school, I sent just that one song to Luke Skywalker's record label. I sent it to Itchy Band Records up in Flint. That was MC Breed. Yeah, Breed. And then there was Uptown Records. I sent that rhyme out to all of them and heard absolutely nothing. And it crushed me and broke my heart. I was like, man, they don't like me. I'm no good at it.
That's crazy. Remember how you said when you heard NWA and you was like, yeah, I can do that.
I can do that.
I'm going to tell you the crazy part. The two groups that I heard rap that made me say, I can do that. That was pretty much like Criss Cross and ABC.
Oh, yeah.
When I heard them, I was like, I can do that.
I was already in. It's just that I had compared, like, so the unfair thing was I compared Eazy-E's rap style to Big Daddy Kane. When I heard Ain't No Half Steppin', that's when I was just like, all right, I want to be an MC because he was fly. But when I heard Big Daddy Kane, I heard Rakim, I heard you know, Jungle Brothers, I heard not De La Soul, but before De La Soul was some of the other eclectic groups that Stetsasonic and some of them.
Talking all that
jazz. You know, Heavy D. When I heard some of those guys when I was overseas in Italy, that's when I was just kind of like, okay, like I'm starting to really fall in love with hip hop. And then when I heard Eazy-E actually rhyme, and I compared his rhyme style to some of these other guys that were more cerebral, I was like, well, wait a minute. I could do this like Eazy-E. He's making, you know, every other word rhyme or whatever like that. Yeah. I was just like, yeah, I could do that. And that's when I really started to say to myself, I want to be an MC. That's what I want to do. So that's my music kick.
Senior year, we got junior year, senior year in Oklahoma, right?
Yeah.
So when you leave Oklahoma, where you go?
I go straight to Cookeville, Tennessee. I come here. I chose Tennessee Tech. I had an uncle that graduated in 1991. And so 1992, fall of 1992, I come here to play football. I come here to play basketball. I wanted to be a dual sport athlete. And then I got hit with something that a lot of athletes don't think about or don't know about, and that is not having the proper high school requirements. And I was considered what's called Prop 48, which means that I had to sit out my entire freshman year until I got the credits, not only from remedials, but college credits in order to be eligible. Glenn Robinson, big dog from Purdue, when he played at Purdue, he was ineligible his first year. He was Prop 48. John Thompson was the first one that actually boycotted, saying that it was culturally unfair about Prop 48 because all you saw was these black kids. And it was my fault, to be honest with you, because I had 4 study halls back to back. You know, in high school.
Just do what
you Like I go the first 4 periods. My 5th period was lunch, and then 6th, 7th, and 8th period I ain't had nothing but study hall because you know I was supposed to be playing football. Got hurt. Didn't want to go back out for the team. Supposed to be playing basketball. Quit my junior year. My senior year I was trying to come back, but I was still hurt. And the coach, that's the conversation that the coach and I had in the locker room. And he was just like, I've got my team and you know, you're expendable. So I was just like, okay, so I'm not doing nothing. So I'm just going to go on out here and just have some study halls and get through and get my degree, get out, and still made it to college athletically. So yeah, it was it was a trying time to come all the way from Oklahoma and then go 800 miles down the road and come to Cookeville, Tennessee, and just kind of be on your own.
So nobody moved with you. You was just
no. So the plan was that my brother was going to go to Columbia State because he had gone the year before. But so he was going to be in Columbia State. I got family in Franklin, and I was supposed to go not every weekend, but I was supposed to go to Franklin. So my brother ends up transferring from Columbia State to a junior college playing basketball in Oklahoma. So now he's back with my folks. And I'm stuck in Tennessee by myself with relatives that I hadn't really seen in like 5-6 years.
And let's keep in mind,
yeah,
you was in Cookeville. This was like 90 what?
This was 92.
Cookeville was not what it was.
Cookeville was Cookeville. Not the Cookeville
it was not
that I know.
what you see today,
it
man.
Sure wasn't.
They didn't even have Applebee's.
No. They didn't have liquor by the drink. They didn't have none of that
None of that.
Some people that I know, I won't mention their names, but they used to go down to Jackson County all the time. But of course I didn't because I was 18 and I couldn't drink to go down to Jackson County. As soon as you get over the city limits, it's over to the right, the country cabin. That's what I heard. I ain't never been there. I just heard that.
Even when you turned 21?
No, when I was turned 21. That's another story. That's another story. No, we but that like liquor by the drink, we didn't have that. That's all you had was going down to the country cabin, coming up in the frat parties and the alphas, the Qs, the Kappas. At the time, there wasn't really any Sigmas on campus, but Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated, 1914. It's the best fraternity there is, Blue Phi. They didn't really have. They just had the few fraternities and a couple of sororities on campus. But the crazy thing about it is that they were all together, like everybody was friends, to the point to where they took care of you. And so I had a lot of the alphas, a lot of the Qs. They took care of me. The athletes, the ones that were athletes especially, we all ran in the same circles, man. So it was a good time at Tech. It was a really good time. I tell people all the time, Tech was a party school from 92 to about 2000. It was a party school. I'm talking about rivaling UT, not rivaling TSU. I'll just say UT and maybe Vanderbilt.
When I see back in them days, remember MTSU was still
MTSU,
OVC.
yeah. And they played football for the Shinny Ninny. Yeah. No, but that was a big thing though. The two of them play football for the Shinny Ninny, and then you have a party afterwards with MTSU guys and the whole nine. And it was just great, man. It was a great time in the 90s. I loved it. I absolutely loved it.
Yeah, I attended Tech for about a semester and a half.
I think I seen you once.
Yeah.
The whole time.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I was that cool kid.
With the library books in your bag,
you know what I'm
not the class books.
With the Tommy Hilfiger polo.
Oh, you knew that? It had stripes on it? Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, just kind of wrapping up, who I am. I tell people I'm well traveled, I'm well read, I'm well educated, but there was always something about the people that I connected best with, and it was people that was in the rap game. It was people that were basketball players, football players, that were athletes, and so that's always been a part of me. And one of the things that I've always had a problem with growing up, and I still see it today, is for the white people that I knew, I wasn't black, but I wasn't white enough for them. And then for the black people that I knew and hung out with, I wasn't black enough for them. So it was always a tug of war. And then, a lot of people that I hung out with, my mom and dad were still married and were still together. So I was always going to somebody who was raised by grandma, who was raised by mom, or, who was even raised by an auntie or just a dad or something. And so I was always judged on that. But the great thing about it is that, my parents are beautiful black married couple, getting ready to go on 48 years, or it's 48 years this year. Wow. And now that I look back on that, I should have appreciated that more than worrying about what other people thought of me. So that's kind of always been my MO. And so sports and music, being a lyricist, being a MC,
So you ain't
kind of got me. I was able to. I wouldn't say hide. It was kind of like another personality where
so
I
they
could
was
jump
like,
in.
he ain't no thug. He came from a good home.
Right. you lived in Italy. You ain't thugging. And I had to come to grips with that. Because
You speak any Italian?
yeah, there's a couple of cuss words, but I mean, we'll do that off the air. You know what I'm saying? I'll teach y'all a couple. So when y'all driving down the street, they give you some trouble. You can throw that out there at them.
I mean, for real, you know how to say like colors in Italian?
Nah, I don't even remember the colors, man. I remember counting. What is it?
I just need you to figure out how to say go blue in Italian.
No, man, get out of here. No, I don't know no Italian. I know all English. Go big blue. You got your money.
No, go blue. See, you can put that big in there. That you can. Mix
I thought that's what it was.
No, it's go blue, man.
It's not go big blue?
No, sir.
You sure?
Positive.
It's some folks that done put that on their social media.
They ain't talking about Michigan. They talking about
Prescott.
they talking about MTS shoe or that's they.
Oh no, Big Blue is TSU, ain't it? Big Blue Band.
That's Lil Blue.
Oh, well, that's very low, very low. But yeah, so that's me in a nutshell growing up. Now I've got a lot of things that I'm kind of known for. Of course, I was known for the albums, B&B Entertainment, the author of Renaissance Volume 1, Volume 2, and then the Prince Supremacy, the mixtape, putting B&B together, Young Jay, Lil Pimpin', Mike Blev, Deacon Bliss, the DJ, or the producer, Jay Pino, Scrap, I've always been, so I've been like the president of my class, or the student council representative and all that other good stuff like that. So my organizational skills and my leadership skills are all there. So putting together B&B Entertainment was something that I always wanted. It was putting together people that had these same type of interests, the same type of skills and things like that, and just putting them together as one big family.
Before we get on that.
Okay.
Let's go back to, let's be clear. So you went to Tech.
Yep.
And you graduated with your bachelor's from Tech, right?
Way after I started.
Don't matter.
Yeah.
Your bachelor's is in.
I got it. I got the bachelor's. Yeah.
And what's
2014.
No.
No, I'm saying it was in 2014. It was in interdisciplinary studies.
Okay.
So it was what that is just it's taking your college credits and mixing it together for a degree. And my emphasis was psychology and business. I had already taken 1 million business classes. I had changed my major 6 times. And then I had transferred out to Vol State.
Now we just making it clear that you are educated black.
Yes, and I got my degree. I'm sorry. I thought the explanation had to come with it. I didn't know whether he was checking to see if the validity in my degree, because you know what I'm saying.
Didn't you go back for masters too?
I did go back for masters for a little while, and then I had to quit. That was when my wife passed away. But yeah,
okay.
Yeah, professional studies. Yeah.
No, he ain't playing, man. This man got some. He got some sense.
Yeah, I got some words. I learned a word the other day. Scruples.
Got some knowledge, B.
Listen, scruples. I want everybody to take that with them. Scruples.
Scruples?
Yeah, this old lady hit me with that. Well, experienced young lady, about 70 years old. She hit me with the word. She was like, you know what? I just feel like people don't have no scruples anymore. I said, I like that.
I know
like that.
Yeah, because a lot of these UT fans, they ain't got no scruples.
You know how I feel about UT.
How you feel?
Listen.
How you feel?
And all respect to your son that go to University of Tennessee.
I mean, I
hate that place. I hate that place. I lived in Knoxville. I hate that place. I hate it. I go every once in a while. I went to the Tennessee Tech UT game. I still hated it.
This all about football and sports right now.
That's it.
I love the institute, for higher learning that Tennessee provides for my son.
He should have went somewhere else.
Hey,
that man was smart. He got all kind of other places, good places, and he went to UT. I'm proud of him, though. I'm proud of the nephew. Yeah. I'm glad he going to go get his degree. But University of Tennessee, no.
Yeah,
it shouldn't sound like hate. I'm just not paying.
We went on the other couple of college visits, and
yeah,
dude's attention span wasn't like.
Wow.
We was like, why are we even here? You know what I'm saying? We was like, Jamari, you don't like this place at all?
Yeah.
No, not really.
It's all good. It's all good. I'm glad
That
he's
was
doing
University of Memphis and MTSU.
Yeah.
And me, I thought that both of those was some nice campus.
Solid
like
institutions.
Like you don't like
I'm gonna
this?
tell you another one. Western Kentucky, where my daughter Demaya goes.
Man.
Western Kentucky is nice. Yep, that's it.
So what got you into coaching, man? What was your first coaching gig, man?
So what got me into coaching was my dad. He was always my coach. At 20 years old, I coached City League basketball. That was one of the first things that I had ever done. And I coached actually some people now that are business owners and they're
Tell your age,
40s.
boy. I tell you.
Yeah, they in their late 30s and get ready to be in their 40s. And I coached them. I coached a team that was 14 to 16 years old. So they were only like 5 years older than me. And then I had another team. 10
Did you
or
coach
11.
before you played the semi-pro?
Semi-pro football? Yeah. I was coaching way before that. So the crazy thing about
what
that,
made you want to get into the semi-pro?
the semi-pro thing came about, and they were just like, I was 18 years old when I played when I came here to Tech, and I was like, listen, I left on bad terms, academics, getting hit by Maurice Drain, dude, yeah, that wasn't. He hit me. That man is a football player. He's a grown man. He was a grown man when he was in college. It was advertised that they had a semi-pro football team. And I remember I had talked to a couple of my fraternity brothers. They had just crossed and everything, and I was talking to them. They were football players. I was like, yo, man, I'm thinking about like trying out for like the Nashville Arena team. They was like, man, don't do that. You're going to get your little ass knocked out. And I was like, nah, dude, like I could play. I promise you. I had played like flag football and all that stuff. So the semi-pro opportunity came about, and I saw it in the newspaper in the Herald Citizen. And I was just like, okay, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to try this out. And so my wife, before she passed, she was just like, do it. But if you get hurt, I ain't pushing you around in a wheelchair and everything. Now, like, that's it. Don't do this hero ball. So I literally went to the tryout, the registration, and lied and put the wrong date as my birthday. So and I don't mind telling, my birthday is 1974. I put 1984 on there, and they took it. I promise you. I put 1984.
So obviously they ain't checking for birth certificates.
Nah, they ain't checking for nothing out there. I'm telling you, I done played against some dudes that was probably hopped up on steroids, dog.
Hey, I ain't gonna
lie.
lie.
And they was doing it.
I came to a few of y'all games, man.
That first year? Yeah.
I couldn't do nothing but laugh. Like, these dudes done got a wild hair. Like, look at them. I'm like, man.
Tennessee Central Express, boy.
I'm like, because all I could think of, I'm like, of course, everybody, man, I was nice at football.
Yeah.
I'm going to try it again.
So that's how it was. That's how it was. Like, in our locker room and everything, it was just a lot of stories about how good they was in school. Now, the only person that really kind of lived up to it was Jason Strode. He was our linebacker. He was our running back. He was the truth, and he still had it. And I just kept hearing about how good he was, and it was like, he could have went to Nebraska, could have went here, could have went there. So I was like, well, I got to see this stuff. But then I started thinking to myself, I was like, man, that was probably like, 10, 15 years ago or whatever it was. But he got out there. Strode's my guy, man. He was one of the first people that I was like really, really good friends with on the team, and I had known him before that. But he did his thing, man. He was good. I hate that he only played 1 year. He should play more.
So, what happened with that? Did Maurice drained again?
No, I did not get. Well, okay. So let me tell you what happened that changed everything for me. We played a game at Tech. That was our first season game, and we played against the.
They gave y'all the good feel.
Yeah. Oh man, sitting in that locker room, even if it was a visitor's locker room, but sitting in that locker room and then coming out, having your name introduced and all this other stuff like that, and then running out on that Tech field. I was just like, man, we about to go at it. The first running play, he came to my side, and I went in to do this form tackle and put my earpiece by his chest and all that. That man dump trucked me. And my boy Adam Black, he was the safety. He pulled me up, and he said, the car can't go nowhere without the tires. And when he said that, I was like, hell yeah. So the next couple of runs, I mean, they was getting it in the thigh, and that's where I kind of got known for being a cornerback that would hit people and flip people over, and I loved it, absolutely loved it, because I played angry. I was mad because guys would come out there, hey man, I got this little dude on me, man. Listen, this dude from Kentucky, I can't remember who he was. He's about 6'3". And he said, somebody done left their baby out here at corner. So I said, not only am I going to hit you, I am going to hit you after the whistle. So I got an intercept. I got a pick in that game against him, and I got a fumble in that game as well. I got an interception and a fumble recovery. I forced the fumble and the fumble recovery.
What did he say to you?
He literally, listen, they came out the offensive huddle. We was already out of our stance, and we was looking at their offense to see what we was gonna run. So they had twins on the other side, and they had me singled off. So I hear I couldn't remember who was at corner on the other side, but he said twins, and then he came over to my side and said solo. So I said 3, which means I'm going cover 3. I'm letting them know I'm going cover 3. So I turn to the sideline like this, because I ain't giving him anything behind me. I turn and I got him. I'm like, yo, I'm gonna lead you right into the linebackers and the safety. I got everything back here. And I was looking at him, and this man said, he lined up just like this. He said, hey, somebody done left their baby out here. I said, I'm a grown man with kids and a wife. I swear to God, I'm gonna do something to you. I'm gonna take your knees out.
Crying on camera.
Yeah, man. Listen, I ain't got no lie to tell. Semi-pro ball was ruthless, dog. You had some people that would talk absolutely crazy to you.
You had a bunch of buddies played on your team.
Yeah. Listen, they'll tell you.
He said
somebody left their baby out here.
Because if he's 6'3", I know he looking at you like.
No, like he was literally like.
He was like, Red, just throw
this is how he lined up. He lined up and was like, hey, somebody left their baby out here. I said, okay. Yeah. No, man. I ain't gonna never forget that. I'll tell that story every single time. Because I started using that afterwards. I started using that. Would they have a little receiver out there or one that was like 5'6", 5'7"? I'll be like, hey, somebody got their baby lined up at receiver.
Hey, he was your eye. You was like, hey, little man.
Yeah, no, I gotta talk crazy to him, and I had the big shoulder pads and everything make me look bigger. That was in my first and second year, and then I slimmed down. I got the slim ones. I got the small, the adult small pads, so I could look a little sexier. But yeah.
How many years you played that?
So I played 7 seasons, man. I played 7 seasons with 3 different teams. I played with the Tennessee Central Express. I played with the team out of Woodbury, Tennessee, Cannon County.
Which team had the most success that you played with?
The Lebanon Hitmen. The Lebanon Hitmen. They had a lot of. We lost. I think it was a championship game. They had the quarterback that played high school football with was it Jalen Hurts? No, not Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurd. The guy that played at UT. Yeah. Their quarterback. He had gone to Western Kentucky, and then I think he left and came back.
Man, my question is, anybody ever played the semi-pro that actually got a call up to something major?
Crescent City Kings in Louisiana, Devin Bro. He got called up to play play for the Saints, and I believe that he actually did. He got a couple of things going on. I think he might have had a Pro Bowl or something or the other. Ray Lewis's brother, I can't remember his first name, but his last name was Lattimore. He had like 300-400 yards in the game, and I think that he went to the Cowboys practice squad. There's a guy named Willie Adelet from Wake Forest that we played against. He came to the game that we had up in Livingston. I think y'all might have came to the game in Livingston. When we were up in Livingston, and we won that like 26 to nothing. I think y'all were up there for that game. He ended up going to the CFL. So yeah, there's some guys that they came and they played and either got college scholarships or went on to try out with like arena and all that other good stuff.
Okay.
There's a lot of them that went on to arena football. Quite a few people that went on to arena football.
So outside the coaching right now, you also had football coaching gig.
Yep. So I was the offensive coordinator over at Prescott South. I coached at Avery Trace with my man OJ. He gave me actually the first middle school coaching job. But other than that, I had done pretty much youth football. Mm-hmm. And so the most successful year that I had was actually 2 years ago. Was with Upperman Stingers. And that class, I had them when they were in 6th grade. So you can't play middle school football in 6th grade. Right. So I had them in 6th grade, and they actually won the middle school championship this year as 8th graders. There's like 7 or 8. There's 10 of them that actually I coached that ended up going on to this championship team. So that's something I'm really proud of. It was my second time being the offensive coordinator, and I had great parents, excellent parents. They let me just do my job regardless of how it went and where the kids
you're coaching 8th graders now, right?
Coaching 7th and 8th graders. Yeah.
So, do they have like
7th and 8th grade basketball?
I'm doing 7th and 8th grade basketball, but I was doing 7th and 8th grade football as well.
Okay, but like 7th and 8th grade now, do they go with 9th graders? Do they have a 9th grade team, or is like 9th graders just considered like JV nowadays?
Yeah, they have a freshman football team. So
basketball too.
They do. I don't know how many participate, but like Upperman, Cookville.
So what I'm saying is like, well, freshmen like nowadays is the freshman team just considered JV, or do they have a 9th grade?
It's considered a freshman team. Yeah, it's considered a freshman team, and then it's JV. Okay. So your JV is your sophomores and juniors. There's not a whole lot of 9th graders, from what I understand, the way that they have it in this area. 9th graders don't participate in JV. JV is strictly sophomores and juniors. You got some juniors and some sophomores that play varsity. So just like for basketball, you got Josh Hurd's son. Uh-huh. He's a sophomore and he starts on varsity, which he should.
Do you have any 8th graders on your squad that you think could go straight to JV, or
football or basketball?
Both.
So in football, 8th graders that could play JV, no.
But are they 9th grade ready?
Yeah, they can play 9th grade football.
What about basketball?
They can play basketball. I've got 2 8th graders that I would put on a JV squad. Absolutely, I've got 2, just 2. The others are they've still got a lot more season left. We still got a lot more season left, and we still got a lot more practices. That's the thing. If they can, because they come to me and they say, "Hey, coach, what do I need to work on?" And I tell them what they should work on for their individual game. But then I always leave them with something that can help as a team. You may not score 10 points a game, but you'll make a high school team if you do this. And I've talked to the high school basketball coaches, at least 4 of them, and I've told them that what I want to be known for is that if you get a Prescott kid, you're going to get a kid that's disciplined, you're going to get a kid that listens, and you're going to get a kid that has a good work ethic. And if you can do those things, you can make a team. You can make a team. Now, whether their parents are going to, start to interfere and hey, when he was 10, he was scoring 20 points a game and he should be shooting the ball more. That's going to be beside me. That's going to be at the next level, which is the biggest problem that I have. But I've got some kids that can play at the next level, but not all of them can. Not all of them are going to.
So how far you want to go with coaching? You want to just...
So, I've talked about this, and I've talked about it with my family, and, it's changed since having this first year with this team. I definitely want to, if Prescott wants to have me, I definitely want to do the next 4 years at Prescott. And then after that, I'll definitely see what happens. What I said that I wanted to do was I wanted to coach basketball for at least the next 4 years, and then either do that and coach high school football. I've had a lot of high school football offers, to come in, and I've turned them down because Prescott was where I wanted to be. I wanted to establish the culture. And I've established an environment there. Last game that we had against All Good, that was our green out game, which was one of my kids that came up with it. And I want to start that as a tradition. So I had T-shirts that they were throwing out. The coaches were wearing green. Just creating an environment, not just, hey, come watch your kid play and hopefully everybody comes and cheers. I want people to talk about it. Like, hey man, that green out game was really cool. I got a shirt. I've got one that's gonna be a taco night. So I've got coupons for a free taco, one free taco. Let's not get crazy. But if we can hit 10 threes, then I'll give out the taco coupons for all the students. No parents. I don't want to hear nobody asking for free.
Hey,
coupons.
don't tell them that them kids gonna be jacking some threes.
I know. I've already got one, and he's just like, I'm gonna be the one responsible for it. And I was like, yeah, because you jack up 7 tonight. But he's such a good kid, man, and I love my kids. I really do.
So you done with the music, man, or you?
So, just being honest with you, the plan was on my 10th anniversary, with me and my wife's 10th anniversary, which was November 11th. I had planned to release a 4-song demo, 4-song EP. But I'm not gonna lie to you, it was hard, man. It was really hard. It was really emotional. But I still plan on putting it out, maybe in April on her birthday. Or I may just do it in the summer, just release it in the summer and add a couple of tracks. I know my man Esso let me bless his album a few years ago, so I want to return the favor. You and I have been talking about doing a project for the longest time. Just didn't know it was going to turn into a podcast, with Soul Brothers. But I've got a song that's perfect for us.
Back in high school.
Yeah. So I definitely want to get that together, and I'm not alternating. I'm just kind of I'm evaluating what I want to do with it. I definitely need to put it out.
Just tell them you busy, man. You got so much going. You don't.
Yeah. I'm busy, y'all. But the album's gonna come out. I'm gonna release it. My current partner, Jade. She told me, she's just like, you shouldn't suppress a talent. If you have a talent for something, and she feels like I'm talented with music, so you shouldn't suppress a talent. You should go ahead and put the product out there. And it's not really a fear of whether people are going to like it or not, whether people are going to think I'm a good lyricist or whether.
Have you checked the Tim Hill interview out yet?
No, I haven't checked out the Tim Hill interview.
He speaks on that, man.
Then I need to get on that. I've seen all of them though. I don't know why I missed the Tim Hill interview. But yeah. But let me say this before anything else. What y'all got going on with this Morning Music City podcast is an excellent product that people should get behind and support, especially if you're locally here. This is a part of the history that you've been a part of. There's a lot of we got that 93.3 The Dog, and I've heard so many people put on there, this brings back memories and this, that, and the other. A lot of the memories that I have when I listen to 93.3 or when I check out y'all's podcast is about the stuff that we did and the imprint that you guys made as Cartel Fam. And then now with this podcast, this music journalism type culture that we got. So people need to get behind it, need to support it. You need to subscribe, because what you guys have here is some quality product. And the crazy thing about it is that, I was telling somebody the other day, I said, Jay Paul like the Black Ryan Seacrest. Like he got American Idol, he got American Pop Star, he got American everything. You got, More Music City, you got Soul Brothers, which is not done.
Tell them again.
The Soul Brothers is not done. We just doing life stuff right now. And I love the way that you transition from one thing to the next. And it was really crazy when you came and talked to me about it, because you were just kind of like, I was like, I know that this dude is not asking my permission. And then when you said near the end, you was like, no, I'm not asking your permission. We doing it. I love the fact that it was just like, listen, I'm going to keep the ball rolling. I'm going to keep the product rolling. People were asking for Soul Brothers, and you kept it rolling with this. And you and Mark, y'all put together, man. This More Than Music City is just dope, man.
That's why I got to give shots to Mark, man. They don't realize how much work that man put in behind scenes.
Listen, that man is like a writer, producer, executive director.
They don't know.
You got it down, man. He got it down. He got that entertainment mind. So
I can't. All I did was probably give half the money on something and
show up.
That man made it happen. Yeah,
be here at this time.
He made it happen.
But listen, he was booking. He did the booking too, because I'm sitting at I was sitting at the middle school game, and I was in the middle of a conversation, and that man was like, hey, check this out. Listen, this is what we're going to do. Not my people call yo people. You're going to be here. We're going to do this. We're going to have this weekend. Then the man texted me. It was like, listen, we're going to do it here. Here, let me check back with Short, and I'll get right back with you. I mean, it was just fluid. It was fluid, and it was good, man. And that's how you have to be whenever you're putting together a product that you're serious about. So this is good. This is good stuff.
Mark a big dude, and he be kind of
straightforward.
Wait a minute. I gotta get his funny story on camera.
Give it to me.
Check it out. What year was this, Mark? We in South Beach. We went to the Source Awards.
I heard about
in
this.
South
Probably
Beach.
like 2002.
I heard about
2000.
Maybe 2002, 2003.
Yeah, something like that.
Did you tell this on Soul Brothers?
I don't think I did.
I think you might have it, unless it was behind the scenes.
It may have been, but check it out.
Okay.
We leaving the Source Awards. We walking back to our
The
car.
Source Awards.
Yeah, Source Awards.
The Source Awards.
We're walking back.
That's how relevant y'all was.
We're walking back to our car, and Dipset, it's like their tour bus was just parked down this street.
Jewels, Jones, and Cam and all them?
Yes. Their tour bus was, parked back, on the street. And they was all walking back to their bus, just kind of spread out.
Yeah.
Jewels was ahead of everybody. Then you had Cam and Jim. They was just walking back or whatever. Me and Mark doing the same thing. He's ahead of me. And I'm walking back. We walking to the car. And Mark just yells out of nowhere. It's like, Jewels.
No.
Jewels.
No.
And I'm walking back far enough to where I seen like Cam and Jim Jones looking like, who is this dude and what do he want?
No.
They looking at, and Mark, coming off, he wasn't coming off trying to be, was like, Jewels. Jewels turned around and was like, what's up, man? Mark was like, hey, man, we got this CD you want to check out, man. He was like,
Right.
Our whole thing was when we approached these artists, we was like, man, we ain't trying to get signed. We just trying to turn y'all on to some good music.
That's it.
He was like, oh, man, that's what's up, man. Dapped him up and kept going. And I'm like, why did you yell his name so aggressively, dude?
That's me, man. You gotta get somebody attention.
I'm trying to get your attention.
Yeah.
I can't get it with, hey, Jewels, you got a minute? Jewels,
Yeah,
nah. You got the
Dude
minute.
said, Jewels.
Get over here.
Jewels.
And he heard me. And he stopped.
I love it. Yeah, I heard that story, man. Yeah, that's dope. Damn, man. Hey, listen. Anything that you got to do to get it there. That's how the grind was, though, right?
And I'm like, everybody knew at that point in time that Jim Jones ain't had no sense.
Right.
And I'm looking like, he's looking at him like,
Right.
who was this dude wilding at him like
Was this before he had his solo joint, balling and all that other good stuff?
Yeah.
This was way before that.
Yeah, this is before that.
Yeah.
This was Dipset anthem and
Dipset.
Hustler Music.
They performed that at the Source Awards.
This was
Nice.
that time.
Good God. And they was hot then.
Oh yeah.
I mean, like they was on
Dude,
fire.
they had a tour bus.
They was on fire.
You know what I'm saying?
But that's what I'm saying. Like they was on
But
fire.
I'm like,
Jewels.
they had a tour bus, but you would think that the tour buses was gonna be parked somewhere in the back. No, they parked up front down this little street, like.
But and he wasn't like no second tier artist at the time. Jewels was on he was on fire too. I'm just shocked that you yelling out Jewels out of all of them. I'd have been like, hey, Freaky Zeke, one of the other behind the scenes guys.
Nah, I had already hollered at Jim Jones before that.
Yeah.
Cause Jim Jones put security on me.
That's
You know
right.
that? We was in the car. He had the security walk beside our car because I was trying to holler at him.
Wow.
Yeah.
Aggressively, probably.
Dude,
Jones.
This was
Jones.
what's that main street in South Beach? Was cruising Ocean Front. What is it?
Oceanfront Boulevard.
Yep. Oh man, that was a crazy weekend, man. Before we get off topic, man, hey, just gonna conclude another episode of More Than Music City. I am your host, Jay Paul.
And I'm your guest, Dee Prince, because like normally I do the Soul Brothers thing, and I'm the one that's in the lead, but I'm not in the lead, right? No, I'm just playing.
But this is a More Than Music City Soul Brothers collaboration tonight.
That's it.
You know what I'm saying?
That's
what
it.
This is.
So what we gonna do is, so I done got the idea from a man. What we gonna do is, we got the interview with Dee Prince, but stay tuned for Soul Brothers, where we gonna be interviewing J. Paul.
And we also got to interview.
Yeah.
Nobody hears the minds and the thoughts that comes out of this man right here.
Yeah,
They
we gotta have him on Soul Brothers. I gotta
Yeah.
pick his brain, man.
Yeah.
I gotta pick his brain. Hey, listen, them thugging in public advertisements. If y'all ain't seen them, those are the best advertisements I ain't ever seen.
He'll pop up. He'll pop up anywhere.
Anywhere. What he had? Forrest Gump.
Forrest Gump.
He had
Is that one of the riots?
Bin Laden or something
like
like
a Klan rally.
the Klan rally. That took guts.
Everything.
That took guts.
Yeah.
No, man, I appreciate y'all having me on, man. Appreciate y'all.
Man, appreciate you coming, man.
Yeah. Check out next year, 2022. Dee Prince is running for city council for Cookeville, Tennessee. So city of Cookeville. So definitely get out and vote when it's time. You'll see the name on the ballot. I can tell you what I stand for. What I stand for is being one of y'all. And also what I stand for is good leadership. And it's about the citizens. And then it's about the city.
Not only that, those elections are the ones that affect you directly.
Absolutely.
So
this is where it starts at the local aspect. So yeah, be checking that out. Run DEE.